to TLC podcast, where we dive into the heart of our local community. It's wineries, restaurants, businesses, and real estate. I'm Troy Anderson, your host, along with my co-host Pamela, and we're here to bring you a new perspective on what's happening in our community. This week we have a show.
We have a show, definitely. Sounds like it might have gone downhill already.
I know. No, the show's done. No, it's just getting started because we have Matilde with Conquer Peru. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Did I say your name right?
Matilde.
Matilde.
Spanish.
Spanish. Awesome. I don't know if I can do that.
You can try it.
Matilde.
Yeah,
just rolling
perfect, Pam.
the R's.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Should we jumping into our first segment? Are you going to introduce it this week?
Oh my gosh, yes. What are we going to do? We're going to do wine.
Sipping on Success,
Yeah.
Our first segment, which we do every week, where we jump into a beverage or something from the Woodinville or the Washington region, and we have wine again. Color me surprised. So what do you have for us this week, Troy?
This week I've got DeLille Cellars Chaleur Blanc, which is a 69% Sauvignon Blanc and 31% Semillon.
Okay, well, we heard that somebody likes a Sauvignon Blanc, so we want to
Yeah.
make sure we have something special for our guest.
Oh, thank you.
And we hadn't featured DeLille yet, I don't think.
We haven't, as
Yeah.
far as I'm aware. Okay, so this is a white for people who are
Yep.
following along and don't know
Oh,
anything
that
about it.
popped
That was
pretty
a
good.
great pop, Troy.
Wow.
Well done.
Wow,
okay.
done.
You're an expert.
No sound insertion needed
Yeah.
here. So, all right. So we haven't featured DeLille. Was that kind of the deciding factor on why you picked this one? Or
Yeah, I was looking for just a Sauvignon Blanc, and then I saw this and I was like, oh, that's a blend. That'll be interesting to talk
Okay.
about. Sauvignon Blanc tends to have a higher acidic content, so it can be a little more astringent.
Okay.
And then the Semillon is going to mellow it out, so I think this is a really good blend.
Okay. So
Personally,
this is not,
I haven't tried it
we
yet.
haven't tried it yet, but we already know it's not a.
Porch pounder.
There you go.
It's not
you got
a porch pounder.
You got it out of the way. All right.
Oh, thank
All
you.
right. Wow, that's quite a generous support. You do realise I still have work to do today, Troy,
Well,
right?
it'll be more interesting work.
It will
Oh,
indeed.
yeah, it's gonna
Cheers,
be fun.
everybody. Here's to a
Salud.
fun show. We've
Yes.
already got the laughs going, so that's always a good thing. All right, so while Matilde and Troy take a taste of that, colour-wise, it's got this lovely kind of golden hue to it. It looks very rich. I'm looking across the table here, and I can see quite a few legs running down
Yeah.
Troy's glass there. That, again, for those people following along, it's the viscosity of the wine, so the kind of thickness of it. So what are you tasting, Troy?
I've got a little bit of grapefruit, which is a typical taste from a Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
It's not as... the Semillon doesn't take the edge off as much as I thought it would
Okay.
of the Sauvignon Blanc.
Now this is a white, and we've predominantly done reds in the past. So, unlike a red wine, does a white not need to breathe quite the same way as a red? I don't think I've asked that question before.
You know, I think wine should breathe. I think
Regardless.
it tastes different the longer it's exposed to the oxygen.
Okay.
So white or red. And this bottle should probably be a little bit colder. I didn't have a chance to get it completely chilled all the way.
But you know what? It's kind of a miserable day, so I'll take it
I
a
know.
little bit warmer. All right, for our guest, what do we think?
Oh, well,
She didn't
this
realise
is my
she was
first
good.
time that I'm trying this white too.
Okay.
I
Okay.
love white, but this is the first time that I'm trying. It's just very good, very smooth for me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I haven't tasted it yet, but I have had my nose in the glass.
Yeah.
And so what I'm actually smelling is a little bit of peach in there.
Peach?
Which is
Okay.
something I've not really kind of had the privilege of smelling in a wine
Interesting.
up to this point, and any that we've tried. But that's what I'm smelling. On the taste point, I'll let you take over with whatever you're smelling and tasting in the glass while I try some.
Okay. Dead air.
Yeah, I don't like
I
dead
know. I was thinking though, it's tough for me to pinpoint exactly what it tastes like. It's got a little bit of an astringent That's not the right word
It's
because
not.
it doesn't
It's-
sound good.
Yeah,
but
no, it doesn't. It has a little bit of that kind of acid, but
acidity,
not. But it's
yeah.
really soft. So
It's,
it's not like lemon. What I'm kind of tasting is a little bit of tangerine.
Oh.
That's kind of the acidity level that I'm tasting. in
Okay,
this.
yeah.
And it's that
Very
softness of
interesting.
peach and mandarin or
Peach
tangerine is what
and
I'm actually
tangerine,
tasting.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's very good.
It,
It is very
yeah,
good.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like, do I really need to do any more work today, or can I just kick back and just, chill out with a glass of wine?
If the sun was out, man,
I know.
I know. This is actually, it's soft on the finish. The flavor profile of it actually is, even though it is soft, it does kind of, it's there for a while. It isn't kind of,
Yeah, right.
how would you describe that? I know you've talked about this in the past where it doesn't just dissipate really quickly.
It's called long finish.
Okay. So for a white wine, that's
Yeah.
kind of unusual to have that long of a finish on this. I really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good on the palate.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
So what would you pair it with?
A pear.
I asked for that one, clearly.
I would do like a lighter cheese, like a brie cheese. Pear is good. Pear slices. Like maybe a seafood cocktail
Okay.
might bring out some of the spice in it too.
Okay. I would say I'm going to be really controversial here. Not
Uh-oh.
fish. Like a cod with a
Yeah.
chimichurri sauce on it,
Yes,
or
for sure.
some Peruvian rice on the side.
Or could be ceviche.
A
Peruvian
ceviche, yes.
is a seafood that this will be great with
Yeah.
that.
That's a great idea.
Combination
Yeah.
of the flavors.
Yep. Or even, kind of one of those mussels. I don't know what it's called. It's in a broth because I wouldn't
with
eat it.
garlic and
Yeah.
You don't
wine
like those?
there.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Oh.
But I can see that would be quite a good pairing for it. Or
This would go
really-
good with oysters too, on the half shell.
Yeah, thanks. But no, thanks.
Oh,
Just give me kind of a
briny
light.
taste and
Yeah. No. No.
No. Oh,
I'll take
my
it
mouth
with.
is watering.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hungry too now.
I know. When are we going to have food on the show?
Well, we'll
Okay,
organise
well.
that for another one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Troy, I am really impressed with. Not that I didn't think I would be by a DeLille Cellars wine. But this is really, really good. It's light. It's something you could definitely sit out on the back patio on a nice spring day or evening. Depends on when you like to have a glass of wine. Pair it with, some summer salads and just, it's a great, I think it's really a great group wine, if you like, for sitting around and kind of chatting and
For
just,
sure. This is 2022, so it's white wines don't need to age as long as red wines do.
Okay.
In fact, the older they get, sometimes the worse they start tasting. So
It starts to taste a little bit vinegary.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Good
All
to
right.
know. All right. Okay. Well, we're going to continue to drink this very, very delicious bottle of wine. But we're going to take a very quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk with Matilde about everything Conquer Peru. So stay
Ooh,
tuned.
excited.
I know. We'll be right back after this short break.
This episode of 10 Life Community is brought to you in part by Yura Family Dentistry. Thinking of upgrading to your dream home but hesitant about the selling process? Introducing the Buy Before You Sell program at 10 Home Team and Troy Anderson. Picture this. You find your dream home, but your current one hasn't hit the market yet. No problem. With our innovative program, you can buy your new home before listing your current one. That's right. No need to wait. Move in seamlessly from one home to the next without the stress of timing. When you partner with us, you get more than just a transaction. You get peace of mind knowing that your real estate journey is in excellent hands. Because at 10 Home Team, we're committed to making your dream a reality one step at a time. Ready to make a move? Contact us today, 206-504-3660, 10hometeam.com. That's 206-504-3660. Troy Anderson and 10 Home Team, where your dream home journey begins before you even sell. Welcome back to TLC 10 Life Community Podcast. And we are going to dive into all things Conquer Peru with Matilde. And so I'm fascinated to hear about your journey and what inspired you to start Conquer Peru. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I wanted to say thank you so much for the invitation.
Yes.
I'm so excited, but the same thing, like I said before, I'm scared. But I'm here.
Don't be
Okay.
scared.
Don't
He's
be
a teddy
scared.
bear.
Well, you say my personal journey. Well, that took me like it's more than 30 years when we moved back here.
Okay.
First to Miami and then here to Seattle. It was a great move from Miami to Seattle because at that time we have two little girls, 5
Okay.
and 7 years old, and people here are amazing. You know, we get a lot of support from the community. So it was not easy. It was not easy to come start doing everything that we wanted to do here in this country because barriers, especially language barrier, right? But we start as a housekeeper. I'm cleaning floors. I was
Oh,
doing
wow.
maintenance, cleaning office and everything. And then after 5 years here in Seattle, I have the opportunity to work for a non-profit organization called CMAR Community Health Center. So I was helping seniors,
Okay.
my Hispanic community.
Yeah.
So after that, I was lucky that I was, my boss at that time said, you can do more than that. So I was promoting. But after 5 years working for the non-profit organization, I was thinking, I need to do something else. So I need to do something else special to show my two girls that this country opened their doors for anybody and we need to take that advantage, And so I start thinking, okay, I first start teaching Spanish in different school districts as a private Spanish teacher, but then it's like, okay, we can do more than that. It's not only for here to learn the Spanish language, it's also to learn the culture, to learn how other people live in different countries. And at that time, at the same time, my daughters were in the age that they didn't know really what to do.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I can show them, I can start doing something more for them to see that I can do it with all my language barriers still at that time. Because my business is open, especially this month is 10 years that I opened my business already.
Okay. Wow.
Congratulations.
Okay,
Congratulations.
thank you. So I was so excited to show them, my daughters, that they can do more as a woman here, and then I can show my country to everybody, to show this, not only the language, but also the culture, tradition, the history that we have in my country. So that is the reasons that inspire me to open this business.
Okay.
It's 10 years, like I said, and I'm still here.
Well, this is good.
You still like it, so that's
Yeah.
good.
Oh, I love it. I love what I'm doing.
That's evident from every time I've spoken to you at chamber events. You're very passionate about what you do. But just so people who aren't aware of Conquer Peru, right? You organize personalized itineraries and cultural exploration, right?
Yes.
For the traveler, the discerning traveler that wants to have a different experience from just kind of booking online and that. So can you Conquer Peru emphasizes the importance of that customizing and support travel packages that don't compromise authentic cultural exploration, because that's really what you're about, is having that really authentic experience when somebody goes to Peru, and not just kind of like you're staying in this hotel with hundreds of other Americans or whatever.
You've got to hike Picchu.
Machu Picchu, yeah, well, that's one of the things. But, can you kind of delve deeper into how Conquer Peru tailors the itineraries that you provide for your travelers
Yes.
with a truly immersive experience while still respecting the local communities? Because I think that's really important when you're traveling to other countries, is to understand and realize that you're entering into somebody else's home, if you like. So how do you
Yes.
do that? Obviously you're au fait with Peru to a huge extent, but how do you customize those travel experiences for people so that it deals with all of that?
Yeah, it is for us. What we are focused is to provide the best services for the client, and what we do is, we meet with a person and what you say, we customize. So we talk about what they really want to see,
Yeah.
what places, what kind of person is an active or is more like a, they wanted to stay only in one place, or they want to do more like a trekking trails, and how we preserve that, cultural and the environment, everything is because we work directly with local people. All my guides are local people, so they really know the experience, they know the history, so they can provide really the authentic culture.
Right.
Okay, so and then we are flexible with the clients. Okay, in the way that we customize the trip, saying, okay, you want to go to Machu Picchu, but how do you want to go?
Okay.
It's like, okay, do you want to do the trail? Do you want just to go and take the bus and the train, right? So we educate the person also about different ways to do trips over there, different tours, okay? And then, like I said, and then we um, we help them not to have that stress for them to do everything, because I will take care of all the little details for the person when is there. They don't have to deal with that.
Right.
One other thing is that I love to use my team is local people,
Yeah.
Peruvian people, and also I love to use like the hotels,
Yeah.
are owned by local people.
I love that.
I
That's
prefer
great,
that because, of course, people wants to go to the 5-star hotel. Perfect, I can offer that. But my first thing is to offer them local, places to stay. And also, I offer homestay.
Oh.
Homestays, yes, homestays that is very common in Puno, Lake Titicaca, so people really have that real experience,
Wow.
That sounds great.
and learn the
does. Yeah.
daily basis, how they are doing, how they cook, they eat in the same table, they sleep in there, no
I think you learn
upgrades
so much
there.
more
Yeah.
when you travel
Yes.
doing that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So it's
It's-
all that is a combination that Conquer
Yeah.
Peru offer. So for the people that
Yeah.
want
So,
to
I
go.
mean, that really does talk to how you're respecting the local community by giving back to them as well, by using local, because it's so easy to book a Hilton or a whatever,
Right.
but,
Oh, yes.
giving back, so respecting that culture. But I also, the fact that you are, kind of the tables are turned, right? You're bridging that language barrier for people going there. Like you had the language barrier coming here, they'll have it
Yes,
there. And so
yes.
helping them with the
Yes.
locals, and I just, I admire that. I think
That
that's
is
great.
something I learned at the beginning of my business. The first 2 years, I was offering only putting everything together for people to go over there and
Yeah.
be with my people there. But after, the second year I heard, people that they don't feel comfortable.
Right.
They prefer to have somebody with them 24/7. So that's why I start doing that kind
Oh, yeah.
of tours that
Okay.
I lead groups over
Yeah.
there.
I
Because
like that you
it's-
offer both. People can go off on their merry way
Do
and do
their
their
own
own
thing.
thing, or they
Yes.
can travel with you, who knows
Yes.
the area inside and
Yeah.
out, and you have all of those connections. And it makes it kind of more of a seamless travel companion, if you like. So,
Yes, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Totally.
All right. Well, I mean, we all know that Peru is renowned for its rich culture, its stunning landscapes and ancient history. Troy touched on Machu Picchu, which I always have a problem saying. I don't know why.
No, you're saying
Machu
right.
Picchu.
Usually, normally I'm the one that gets that one wrong. But
Yeah.
and Machu Picchu is one of those ones that everybody's heard of. Unless they've been living under a rock.
Right.
But,
Or they've seen a picture of it.
So most people are aware of it. But so what
You can't drive to it, right?
No,
Yeah.
no, you
And
can't.
my,
No,
understand-
you
yeah, my
can't.
understanding as well is, and correct me if I'm wrong, is with Machu Picchu now, you have to, it's a reservation service,
Oh,
right?
yes.
You can't
Now
just
they cut the numbers of people
Oh.
going every day. Yeah, it was too much.
Yeah.
So we need to preserve that. So that
Yeah.
is what the government
That's
did.
good to know. So if anybody's traveling there and you think you can just turn up any old time you want, you're going to be disappointed. But,
Yeah.
so we talk about things like Machu Picchu, but what unique experiences does Conquer Peru offer that set you guys apart from other travel companies? So what are those other immersive things that you organize for people that maybe are a little off the beaten track and people don't know about, that could paint a picture for us of what a typical guided vacation by Conquer Peru looks like?
Yeah. Okay, well, I can say that it is, for us, if we offer to be and meet three different non-profit organizations that work directly with local people. We have Aguamaki, Peruvian Hearts, and the other one is Hoja Nueva. So what I do is they are not gonna go only directly to the tours. No, we go and we meet the people from these organizations. It's like Awamaki is a big example here. Is we go and we see what they do first. What they do, Awamaki is a non-profit organization that help women to create business, to build their own business in the middle of nowhere. Machu Picchu is here, well, where we go to the cities is on top of the Andes. It's very like a 3 hours driving to be there in that little small towns in Ollanta and Tambo. And we meet the ladies who do weaving, you know, and we stay with them. The tourists have the opportunity to learn how they do it. They have the opportunity to sit in their own table and eat the food that they cook, that is regular food.
Yeah.
They have the opportunity to buy also what the girls make. So
Wow.
so all that is Awamaki. And then something else that I also offer and I really enjoy is Peruvian Heart. It's a group that helps girls to go give scholarships for girls to go to college.
Oh, okay.
So they have a place in Cusco, a house. They live there or they can stay in their house, but they offer scholarships. So, and they go to the airport and they give us the welcoming.
Oh, cool.
And it is amazing how they do it. I don't want to say more because that is something that Conquer Peru does.
Right.
you
Yeah.
know?
No, that's
But
fine.
it is amazing how people, when we arrive in Cusco, and they see the whole group of girls there in the airport with big,
Placards.
signs,
Yeah.
saying "Welcome, Conquer Peru" and all the names of the tourists, all that. So that make a big difference, okay? And we have the opportunity to talk with them if the tourist wants to do it, right? Because it's up to them after that,
Right.
right? And we are very flexible. That is another thing that Conquer Peru is. We are flexible in what way? It's like we have a package, but if the person one day before feels sick and say, you know what, I prefer to stay in the city and do something very light, no problem for us. We have people there that they can do that something different for that specific person.
Okay.
So my groups are not big. There are no more than 12 people, so that's why give us that flexibility.
Okay.
Well, that's
to
cool.
help.
So it's more of that kind of intimate travel group,
It
and
is.
it's flexible, and that's how you get that more less. I'm going to say the word less touristy.
And
you can-
less.
so it's
Less.
like you've said before, it's customizable, it's bespoke, but it's less of the tourist trap things that.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with doing those, but if you want more of an immersive experience, then that's what you guys are offering.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's-
Yeah, so I mean, I've gotten the most out of my travel. I've never been to Peru, but when we do some more immersive activities. So, is there anything that stands out? You explained some. Is there anything that stands out in your activities that are more immersive for the tourist?
Well, it's the Amazonas, Puerto Maldonado. We went, I can go anytime, Puerto Maldonado is part of the Amazon.
Okay.
It's south of
Right.
the Amazon, close to Cusco. 2019, we went with a group of a Power of Chi. It's an organization also here in Seattle, and Conquer Peru, and we went to the middle of nowhere in the Amazon. And what is that place? That place is the unique place because it's the research center in the middle of the Amazon.
Oh, wow.
So we were able to see how they deal with the biodiversity, in the Amazon. Also, they rescue little animals because it's a lot of trafficking.
Okay.
Animal trafficking. So we were able to see how they work and they save that little animals,
Okay.
And people, when we went there, people were expecting we are gonna be in the lodge, 5-star lodge. No, basic. So that was a great immersion for the people coming from here over there, because after that, I have a great story. 2 of the ladies from there, they were having some life,
Challenges.
challenge here at that time, and when they come back, because they saw different kind of work over there, how people live over there,
yeah.
how they take care of the stuff, and they still have fun there.
Right.
So they realize, you know what? The life here is not too difficult like they were thinking.
Again, first world problems.
Just take some perspective.
So they have exactly. So
Yeah.
they have that kind of. So it was a great immersion at that time. So that is always have it
Yeah.
with me. And one of them, she's amazing now. She has her own business.
Oh, cool.
She moved to Texas. No, it's incredible how they help.
Right. So you're always looking for those new experiences for people. Is that like the
Yes.
Amazon one sounds fascinating? Is that something you would do again?
Oh yes, I offer. I all the time. I offer Puerto Maldonado, Iquitos. Right now, I'm offering river cruises. There are for more people that they want to just to go and relax and see the Amazon.
Gotcha.
Have fun. Perfect.
Yeah.
But I have another person. This is a good story to
Yeah.
tell. Maybe it's another question. I'm answering everything. I say everything. Yeah. But this is a good story. One of the girls that went to Puerto Maldonado 2019 contacted me last year, and she said, I'm turning 50 years old, and I just saw that in Iquitos, is part of the Amazon, north of the Amazon, there is a park, I can say park, called Mishana, and that is her name, Mishana.
Miss Shauna. Okay.
So I said, really? I didn't know. I didn't know Mishana. Okay, you say, what? Yes, let me research. Okay, blah, 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 blah. So I did the research, and she said, I wanted to be in Mishana place in my 50th birthday, the same
cool.
day. So I said, really? Yes, and I'm going with the other girl, Leslie, both of them. I said, okay, let me put everything together. So that is what I did. I did my research. I put everything together for them to be for Mishana's birthday, her 50, there. And she has a picture. I have a picture there with the name of the Mishana. That is a small town, Mishana. And she's there, so happy. So I create that kind of experience.
That's cool.
Right.
If
Yeah.
they ask me, perfect. Why no?
Now, the trips that you do, that you personally take with groups, is that just women, or do you do co-ed groups?
Yes, I do. Yes, correct. Yeah, anybody can go. I did just women's before, but this year I decided to do it for anybody.
Okay.
But I can do women's or family. Yeah, I do.
I thought I would just ask that. Peru's somewhere that me and my husband's always wanted to go.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
You should go.
I'm gonna be around.
When I'm
But
ready,
don't wait to wait.
when I'm ready to book, I know exactly where I'm going, Matilde.
Thank you.
Now, you talked about the Amazon trip that you did
Yeah.
there, and so everybody's very aware that what's happening in the Amazon, all the trees being cut down to make room for feed for animals and so on and so forth. And that kind of brings us on to that conversation of sustainability and responsible tourism, right? And so with the growing focus for a lot of people, especially in our area, I think, sustainability in travel is something people are really got their eye on. How does Conquer Peru approach responsible tourism? I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
No.
What are some of the initiatives that you have, or some of the practices that you've implemented to minimize the environmental impact and support the local communities?
First of all, I follow all the rules and laws that the government put it there, and then it's like I teach my people from there and the tourists here. I talk with them and I explain what we need to do. In the case like the Inca Trail, I explain it and I ask them what you need to take.
Right.
Everything has to be environment friendly.
Yeah.
So all those stuff, not little tips, or big tips, but people sometimes they don't know.
Yeah.
So I teach them. What we need to take over there or don't take
Right.
rare. So, and then another thing, like I said, is, it's like we use locally owned hotels. My local people over there, the team, they know what they need to do, and then, it's like
I think even just having the fact that you do those group tours is minimizing some of the tourist footprint, because you're
small tours.
Small tours.
I
Exactly.
see companies that they take like 30, 35. Maybe that's a good business for them, but they need to, to realize what is the damage that they are doing.
Right.
Because they don't have really a lot of people, guide people, taking care of everything. And this is, I remember one thing that I saw last year. We were in Machu Picchu, and we don't supposed to touch the walls of the ruins.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No, because it's, you have here
Oil
in
on
your
your fingertips
fingers
and
everything. And I saw people touching, and it was from another group. So I told the guy, you need to be careful with it. I said, there are too many. And that
That's the
answers your
problem.
question.
There you go.
Yeah.
There are too many. They can't.
Yeah.
So
When traveling, I think everybody needs to be respectful of where you are, right?
course,
And everybody
yes.
else's culture and the impact that you're everybody wants to see the world, and they should. There's so many wonderful things to see, but just be mindful and respectful. It doesn't matter whether you're in Peru or you're in
anywhere
in the world. But
Anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I appreciate that. That's-
Cool. So you talked about the 50th birthday. Is there any other experiences that you can bring to light that would be memorable?
Memorable. Okay. I can tell you about. Oh my goodness. Okay. I can tell
Is
you
the wine
about.
good?
There are many, but I will try to,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mentioned Leslie.
I think if people-
Leslie was an amazing from Puerto Maldonado, like I said.
Okay.
I say Leslie only, but she was not doing well here. She was just starting getting divorced, so she didn't know what to do. So, a young girl, and we were talking with her over there. She saw how people live in the middle of nowhere, like I said, in Puerto Maldonado, all that area and everything. We came back, and she's still talking with me about, Matilde, this changed totally my mind. My mind is open now. I can see that my work could be better.
Yeah.
And she opened a business. So that is, and she said, if I didn't go to Peru, I don't know where she was now.
Wow.
Okay. So she has a big business right now in
Okay.
Instagram. It's called, I don't remember. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're here to talk about you.
Yeah,
So.
but it's, every person that go over there. I have another couple
Uh-huh.
went to Lake Titicaca and stay with a family over there in one of the islands called Uros.
Oh.
That island is handmade with grass.
Oh.
And when you walk, it's like that. Okay, you walk and you move,
Wow.
like
You
if
kind
you
of
are walking.
undulate as you walk.
Yes,
Undulate.
because
Okay,
it's the water.
undulate.
It's grass
Like that word.
on top of the water, right? So you walk like that. They spend there. Usually, I told it 3 days, 2 nights, it's perfect.
Yeah.
They said, no, I want a week.
Really?
So they learn how to be with the chickens and the pigs and the what do they call it?
Sounds perfect for
know.
you, that
I
urban
know.
farmer,
Yeah.
Troy.
I know.
And they came back. They live in West Seattle.
Okay.
They have a house and they start. They bought chickens.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So they have this, they
Urban,
have
urban chicken farmer.
Yeah, exactly. So that's wow. That people change when they go over
Yeah.
there.
I think
That's
travel really broadens everybody's
Oh, for
mind.
sure.
So if
Oh,
you're somebody that is
totally.
scared to travel, find somebody like Matilde who's gonna make it customized for you and easy, and then the world's your oyster. Yeah.
You always come back changed too. I mean, you just
Yeah. Well, you do.
When-
I mean,
when you travel.
Matilde's talking about
Oh,
those
yeah.
people that have changed with her trips, but I think it's true of anybody. Like you went to Hungary last year, right?
yeah, Vienna.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so I
So
went
you see something different there, and that makes
Yeah, for
your
sure.
perspective is totally different. Of
Yeah,
it,
the World
right?
War II
So, yeah.
impact on
Uh-huh.
Hungary and Budapest, and
Oh.
it's just you can just feel the oppression when
Yeah.
you're over there.
Yeah.
But we're here to talk
Yeah.
about Peru,
yeah.
and it's great that people can go and come back changed. I've always wanted to go. We've never been to South America ever.
And we're so close, really.
I
When
know.
you think about it. I mean, we are, but we're not. But I mean, obviously, Peru is a
And
little bit.
it's incredible, Troy, because you are helping. You have a no-profit organization that you
I
help,
know,
and they
I know.
are in Lima. Well, not Lima, it's Trujillo.
Trujillo,
yeah,
yeah.
north of Lima. So you should go over there.
I know.
There you go.
Yeah, you have a good excuse to go.
Yeah. And you have a perfect tour guide.
I know, right? For sure.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. You'd be a lot of fun to travel with, I know for,
Oh my
for
God!
sure.
Well, we always have love, I love. We all have love,
But
and fun,
and love
fun
and-
and love, and we change. And like I said, we are flexible. Another story is, last year, I met a person on the Prohibition Cellar.
Oh.
That was in May. He was signing for one of my tours for October.
Really?
And we went over there with his wife and other two girls. It was incredible. Oh my God, we went to different places that were not in the itinerary because they said, you know what, we saw this place. What about if we go this time and not do this? Perfect, let's do it.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
So that is what.
You know what I
make
appreciate
it
about this
easier.
conversation is it's clear that you give everything to the people that are booking the trips with you, but I feel like every trip is actually an experience and fun for you as well, which in turn
is.
makes every person, it's not,
it is.
It's not
I
just a
really
job
do.
for
Hard
you.
work. Come on,
no.
Pamela.
It is a tough work.
I have no doubts that it's
Yeah.
hard work getting it all together and
Oh,
organized.
organizing all that. Oh
But
my
the
gosh.
fact that you are beaming when you talk about this it just denotes that how much you love Peru and how much you put your heart and soul into putting these trips together for people and enjoying it yourself. And I think that is
I do.
what a great career
I do.
to
I
have.
cannot say every time that I go over there with different kind of people, I really enjoy it because I offer them everything that Peru can offer you, and I have fun showing
Yeah.
everything that we have there.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's awesome.
That's
That is
cool.
awesome.
So you and your husband I see you guys out and about in the community through the chamber events and other things. I see you guys around all the time. You're always so happy and just joyful to be around. We always like to ask our guests, as we come to the end of this segment, if they have any favorite spots that they'd like to highlight here in the
Oh my
Woodinville
God.
area.
I was thinking about that, and you know what? It's it is tough.
There's so many.
Because there are so many, and it will be unfair to say, I love this one, I know. You know, I feel that way because
You just don't
every
want to
time
tell
that I
people
go-
so they don't crowd you out.
so they don't go in only my
Take your
secret
spot.
place. But yeah, it's not only wineries, yeah, it's restaurants,
Yeah.
it's distilleries, everywhere that you go here in Woodinville. It's amazing. Sorry, Troy, I'm not gonna give
You
you.
know
I'm
what?
not gonna tell you.
But
my-
you know what? That's a good excuse for people to go out and explore Woodinville,
Yeah, try
Bothell, the
something
Sound
new.
That
and
is-
try something new because
that
it
is-
isn't just wineries. I mean, you've got
Yeah.
some great restaurants. You've got some really different and authentic restaurants as well. We talked about is it Peacocks? The Valdemir
Oh my gosh.
restaurant.
I don't know.
The where?
I forgot what it's called.
Pintock, I think it is.
Yeah,
I'll have to
yeah.
look that up. But they do authentic
Tapas and-
and
oh,
Spanish food. You know, so there's
Amazing
so-
food.
Yeah, so this
Belleville?
No,
No,
here
right
in
here.
Woodinville.
Oh!
We'll
By
tell you-
Walla Walla Steakhouse.
Yeah.
Oh, you
it's
need to
off
tell
of,
me.
Yeah.
Wine
You
Row.
need to tell me.
Wine
I need
Row-
to explore
Row.
that place.
Yeah.
I love to go out.
And I apologize if I butchered the name of it, but you know, I'll
Oh.
put it in the show description. But yeah, so I just encourage people to get out and explore Woodinville and the surrounding area
Yeah.
because there's so much to.
I could
to
get stuck
enjoy.
in my ruts, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like go to the usual place.
You know what I would love is if people are listening to this and they have some spots that are their hidden gems, they can actually connect with us and tell us what they are. We'll
Yeah,
feature
for
them
sure.
on the show.
I'm gonna bring one up since you didn't.
Okay.
Glass Distillery over by Vaughn's.
Yes, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I think maybe we talked about it on the show before.
I think we mentioned that we have a networking night with
that's right, yeah.
a couple of episodes back with Kimberly. So
Yeah, yeah.
they're over by Vaughn's Thousand
Yeah, okay.
Spirits.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm bringing it up a second time, but it's super cool art, and just a unique space, a unique expression of vodkas and things like that. So
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
yeah,
Yeah,
Good.
me too. I'm gonna
Yes,
see
so-
you there.
You will.
we will be there.
You will.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've thoroughly, and I'm sure Troy has as well, enjoyed this conversation.
Yes.
I'm itching to take another trip, but
You do. Ask for vacation. Ask for vacation.
might have to be next year. I think I might have
Okay,
already
no problem. I'm
overextended my
gonna be
vacation this
around.
year.
I'm
but-
gonna be around. I wanted to say one
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, for
before,
sure.
So because here I have it. So people who travel are happier, healthier, more empathy, and becomes more aware of the world.
I think
For
that's
sure.
absolutely
For
true.
sure.
That is, and something that I hear many people that getting older, they said, I wish I would travel more when I had any chance. Don't do that. Don't wait.
Don't wait for retirement.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do
Yeah.
it. I totally agree with that. All right. When we come back, we're going to take a really quick break and we're going to come back with our real estate roundup. But before we get to the end of the show, we'll make sure you all know how to connect with Matilde and book that fabulous trip to Peru.
Yes.
And so, right, we're going to take a really quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Smile brighter with Yera Family Dentistry, where top-notch dental care meets a touch of tranquility. Dr. Snea Yera brings a whole new vibe to the dentist chair. Think calming blankets, personalized music, and serene ambiance that turns every visit into a soothing retreat. Yera Family Dentistry are all about your comfort and care. They will not only give you the brightest smile, but make you feel relaxed and informed every step of the way. Experience dentistry like never before. Visit Yera Family Dentistry here in Woodinville today, because a healthy smile should feel as good as it looks. Call 206-703-3993. That's 206-703-3993. Yera Family Dentistry, where your smile is their masterpiece.
Welcome back to TLC, 10 Life Community Podcast. We've just had an amazing conversation with Matilde from Conquer Peru. Super excited. I can't wait to take a trip there. It would be a fantastic opportunity. So anyway, but right now it is that time of the week where we ask Troy a question. It's real estate roundup time. Are you ready for it?
Uh-oh. I don't even know what it is this week.
Well, I hope you've got answers. I'm sure you've got answers. But all right, here's what I've got for you. Now, there has been a lot of buzz and clickbait in the news over the last would say a few weeks, months really for us in the real estate industry, but about the NAR, which is the National Association of Realtors settlement. Now, this settlement would resolve the litigation brought on behalf of home sellers and potentially related to broker commissions. So, if you haven't heard about it, there's a lot of things going on, and I think the messaging is a little muddled for a lot of people. But what's really more important is, can you elaborate on this for us? What it means in kind of really brief terms, and how it may or may not change the real estate business here in Washington State. Because my understanding is that state by state, it's going to have different impacts. So right now we're focused on local.
Yeah, every state has their they do real estate a little differently. Nationally, it's kind of the same, but some states have attorneys close things out. Other states have escrow. We're an escrow state here, so everything's different. But the National Association of Realtors put out their offer basically to the lawsuit. So nothing has been formalized yet, but their offer is out there for them to accept, and then there could be changes, of course, to the real estate business because of that, and that's mainly around transparency on how buyers agents get paid.
Okay.
So traditionally the seller would offer a certain percentage of the total commission of the sale to go towards the buyer's representative to incentivize them to bring buyers to the table.
Okay.
So, we'll just talk numbers, but 6% is kind of a standard rate, and 3% would go to the listing side for the marketing and listing and the representation there, and then 3% would be co-opted or shared with the buyer's broker. And so the lawsuit really was around who is actually paying the commission.
Okay.
It's kind of nebulous in a certain extent because the seller is paying it, but the buyer's bringing the money to the table to pay for the house.
Okay.
So who's actually paying the commission, Pam?
Don't ask me. I
The
just
chicken
do
or-
marketing.
The chicken
or the egg.
Yeah.
I think that's above my pay grade.
So, the lawsuit basically says that the sellers are not going to be required to publish a listing commission to the buyer's brokers. So basically the seller could say, I'm not paying anything for a buyer broker to represent a buyer. So in that instance, the buyer would have to pay the commission. There's been talk about changing it from a commission to what's called a concession. It's just kind of semantics. We've done concessions for years, like if you find something in the inspection when you're buying a house and you want it fixed, the seller says, no, I'm not going to fix it, but I'll give you $5,000 to fix it after closing. So the talk is that maybe the buyer's commission could be offered as a concession from the seller, because it still makes a lot of sense for a seller to offer an incentive to bring a buyer to the table.
Okay.
And it doesn't make a lot of sense to alienate yourself by offering nothing, because then you're forcing the buyer to find a solution to buy your house when you really shouldn't put that barrier in their way when they can go down the street and someone else is offering a concession or commission.
Okay.
So I think it's going to, just to kind of sum it up, I think it's just going to bring a little bit more professionalism to our business.
Okay.
Because, anytime you go to the doctor, the dentist, or you meet with an attorney, they're going to discuss, compensation and how they're going to get paid, whether it's going to be go through insurance, what portion is your copay.
Out of pocket.
Yeah, out-of-pocket expenses for sure. So I think that it just is going to require brokers, which I'm happy about, to be more professional and upfront about it. Like, this is going to be the fee because I provide these services. And, there's a lot of people that don't understand exactly what a buyer's agent or a listing agent does. There's a lot more than just opening a door.
Yeah.
There's local market knowledge, there's training, there's all kinds of things that go into it. And really good brokers, I think, are going to survive, and this is going to be a great thing for us. And some of the door opener type realtors are just not going to be able to survive in this market because you have to articulate your value.
Okay.
So hopefully that makes sense. Nothing has come down yet, and maybe by the time this episode's out, there will be some more clarity around that. I know our MLS, the Northwest MLS here in Washington, or the greater Seattle area anyway. We did some preemptive things around the.
In case this came down the
In
pipeline.
case this came down the pipeline, yeah. So it's disclosed basically on the purchase and sale agreement how much the buyer's broker is getting
Okay.
paid.
So it is more about that transparency portion
Yeah, it's
of
just
it,
more
so,
about the
yeah.
transparency. And I don't think, like I said, I don't think it's going to be the sky is falling, the realtor fees are all going away.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a realtor anymore because, quite honestly, those fees have always been negotiable.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just more disclosure around that.
Yeah. Okay, well.
And more professionalism,
Yeah.
which I think
well,
I'm happy
I
for.
think the summation of that then is stay tuned because, I mean, this is still unfolding, right? It's nothing is in black and white. It's.
We don't have any directives from Washington State yet, no,
Yeah. Okay. All right.
as of today.
What I would say then is check back to our blog page every once in a while and see what's there, or on our social media. We will
Yeah.
update as things come to fruition. All
Absolutely.
right. Okay, well, thank you for that, Troy. That was quite in-depth, and I think sure that it's something that a lot of people have been thinking about because it has been in the news quite a lot.
Well, there's a lot of misinformation out there about it.
Shocking, I know. Misinformation in this day and age? Oh my goodness. Never. Well, we do our best to kind of highlight things and maybe take some of the cloudiness away from it. So if you have questions about that, you can obviously hit up Troy and he can dig deeper into that with you. So how would somebody get hold of you, Troy, if they had more questions about this NAR settlement?
Alrighty, tendhometeam.com online. It has all of our contact information there, or call or text 206-504-3660.
All right, now I know all of you are itching to find out how you can get hold of Matilde and book that trip to that fantastic, customizable, out-of-the-world trip to Peru. Matilde, how do we get hold of you?
Well, the website, is conquerperu.com, and my direct number, 206-434-7703. My email, also matilde@conquerperu.com.
See, you listen to this show, you
awesome.
get direct access to
Yes.
the guru of Peru. That's what we're calling it this week.
guru
The
of
guru
Peru.
of Peru.
Peru.
Yeah,
There
I
we
like
go.
Yes, everybody's
Neat.
going to Peru next year
Yep.
with me.
I love it. It'd be a
I
great
need the
time.
beat.
Yeah, we need some music behind that. All right, well, that's all we have time for this week. Thanks very much for listening.
We said porch powder already?
You said porch.
Yeah.
I opened that door for you at the beginning of the show. So if you like what you're listening to or watching it on YouTube, please remember to like and subscribe. On YouTube, you need to...
Ding the dinger.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Adios.
Thinking of upgrading to your dream home but hesitant about the selling process? Introducing the Buy Before You Sell program at 10 Home Team and Troy Anderson. Picture this. You find your dream home, but your current one hasn't hit the market yet. No problem. With our innovative program, you can buy your new home before listing your current one. That's right. No need to wait. Move in seamlessly from one home to the next without the stress of timing. When you partner with us, you get more than just a transaction. You get peace of mind knowing that your real estate journey is in excellent hands. Because at 10 Home Team, we're committed to making your dream a reality one step at a time. Ready to make a move? Contact us today, 206-504-3660, tendhometeam.com. That's 206-504-3660. Troy Anderson and 10 Home Team, where your dream home journey begins before you even sell.